I'm joined now by Congressman Adam Schiff, the top Democrat on the House Intelligence Committee. Congressman, I believe you just had a briefing at the White House. Can you share what their concerns are and whether they have alleviated any of your concerns about this deal?
We had, I think, a very good meeting with the president, and this is a president who is well into the weeds on this issue. He doesn't need someone handing him cards about what the talking points are. He really, I think feels very positive about the deal and was ready to make the case to us. I think the members had some great questions about the nature of the snapback sanctions, whether there could be something short of snapping back all the sanctions, issues about how we could counter Iran's use of greater resources, as well as what would happen after the 15-year expires. So I think for all of us in that room who are still undecided, it was helpful to get the president's perspective quite directly. We're hearing from other experts as well to inform our decision. But I thought it was a very useful session.
Well, while you were with the president, of course, the hearing was going on in the Senate, and I wanted to play a little bit of Foreign Relations Chairman Bob Corker's concerns about the IAEA and the inspection regime.
We don't even have a copy of the agreement to ascertain on behalf of the American people whether the IAEA process, which, again, you should go look into this part of it, has any integrity. So it's very disappointing.
Did you all ask the president about whether there are side deals or secret deals which are negotiated according to the Non-Proliferation Treaty? The IAEA negotiates with individual countries like Iran. The IAEA director came back to Vienna, told John Kerry and all the others that he was satisfied with the deal that he had negotiated with Iran, but this is becoming a big cause of concern. What about in your mind?
Well, I certainly would love to know what the agreement is precisely between the IAEA and Iran over these inspections. I think that we'll get a general understanding of it. I don't know that we'll actually get text. I think that's not something that the IAEA provides. But the long and the short of it is, if this agreement does go through at a certain point later in the year, I think in late October, they have to satisfy not only the IAEA, but I think the rest of the P5+1, that we understand what the PMD, what the possible military dimensions of its program were in the past. And if we're not satisfied, then I think that could be the end of the agreement. So we do have an enforcement mechanism if this deal should pass. But I would certainly feel much more comfortable if I knew, for example, are we going to have access to Iran's top nuclear scientists? Are we going to have access to these military sites? And if not, how does the IAEA explain that it can get adequate answers to these dozen questions that it has without those access to scientists and sites?
Did the president ask you for a commitment, and did you give him any commitment?
The president didn't ask explicitly for a commitment from me or the others. I mean, clearly he would like, I think, members to come out in favor of the agreement and sooner rather than later. But it was a very respectful meeting. He laid out the case and his view on the merits. And for the president, he's quite unequivocal about where he thinks the merits of the agreement are. So he responded to each of the questions that we raised and each of the concerns. Of course, it's not as simple as hearing answers to those questions. We also want to make sure that we test those answers against the provisions in the agreement. I've been reviewing, for example, the classified annex about our capability of determining if Iran cheats, and, of course, how we would handle not just major violations like enrichment, which would be easy to detect, but more some of the weaponization work that would be harder to detect and harder to prove if it was going to be the subject of snapback sanctions.
Adam Schiff, the ranking Democrat on the House Intelligence Committee, who's going to have a lot to say about whether this rises or falls. Thank you very much, Congressman.
Thanks,
Appreciate
Andrea.
you rushing back for us.